Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing fine. It's a Sunday. I hope you're all fine. It has been a while since we've been live, but as you could all know, that we are following our president trail everywhere. I'm sure right now we haven't got much time okujja studios okujja analyzing and okwogerako ebintu ebimu. Please, as you come in, share and tell a friend to tell a friend. I have a guest in the studios with me. She's called China. I am sure that you all know her. She's here on fire and very charged up. China, please say hello to the viewers.
Basebo ne banyabo bannakyoto mwenna n'abatulaba bali ku page endala zonna tubalamusizzaako banna NUP mwenna. Good afternoon, His Excellency, the 10th President of Uganda, waiting to swear in. Wekitiibwa Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi. Good afternoon, all NUP foot soldiers. Good afternoon, the security team that is protecting our president. Good afternoon, all our leaders. Good afternoon, people in the diaspora. Good afternoon, Ugandans.
Thank you so much. Wherever China. Anyway, our topic today is Museveni. We shall remove the dictator. It's been 35 years. I do not want to repeat that. Naye tutunulire China. Mu weeki tubaddemu n'ebintu ebyenjawulo. Okutandikira ddala last week twalaba abantu battibwa, presidential spokesperson ne bavaayo mu bigambo eby'obwewussa ebisingira ddala okubeera eby'ekigwagwa nga bagamba nti nno abantu ba NUP be badde the biggest cause and the problem. Ne tuvaawo ne tulaba ne tutambula ne tuluzinga actually almost district number Masaka yonna twagiruzinga. We didn't president waffe teyasobola kumalayo. Kiki kyoyogera gwe nga observations zo okukuba abantu President Museveni n'abantu be that he ordered orders from above that just kill oba simanya kuba ku nnyama. Kiki ate we bavaayo abantu nga ba Andrew Mwenda ne beesiriwaza ne bagamba Bobi Wine must be arrested because of the people who have been killed. Yet they've been giving two contradicting stories. 1 minute they're telling you nti Ashrafu ye yakubye omusirikale. Ate wolaba footage ekulaga bulungi nti waliwo omuntu oba omusajja owa poliisi eyalina n'emmundu behind Ashraf. Natubirabe. We are now all investigative journalists. So twakiraba. Kati gwe what is your thought? And kiki kyolowooza nti gwe tolaba nti bano basajja batumanyirira they disrespect Ugandans?
Neyanziza nnyo omukyala Patricia. Eri bannayuganda mwenna nsaba okusooka okutandika n'ebigambo bino. I want to first congratulate His Excellency Mwami Kyagulanyi olw'okuyita mu mbeera yonna gy'ayitamu kati n'okusigala nga mugumu. Nti mu buli mbeera yonna kino kye tuyitamu ffe kuffe si campaign. It's a revolution, it's a struggle. Naye okubanga pulezidenti waffe akyali mugumu n'abantu bonna abamwetoolodde n'abatambula naye ne bannayuganda, ekyo njagala okusooka okumuyozaayoza. Ekyokubiri nga sinnaba kuddamu kibuuzo ky'omukyala Patricia, njagala okujjukiza bannayuganda nti pulezidenti waffe asiiba atugamba he does not support violence. Mwami Kyagulanyi every day, every morning atugamba he does not support violence. So ngamba jjukiza ku nsonga eyo wengenda okutandikira okubannyonnyola. If we have a president who does not support violence, so how can you attach violence to us? Kibi nnyo nti we have seen the men and women who are supposed to protect Uganda, who are supposed to protect Ugandan lives, who are supposed to protect the properties and the people, n'enkoko n'embuzi byonna ebiri mu Uganda as long as bissa. But we have seen them nga be bakulembedde mu kukwata okusaanyaawo obulamu obw'abannayuganda. Abantu abaalayira okutukuuma, abaalayira okuuma eggwanga Uganda mu kaseera kano ate emmundu ze balina okutunuuliza omulabe wa Uganda bazitunuuliza ffe bannansi. Ekyo kitegeeza kinti kati ffe tuli balabe gye bali. Bw'otunuulira mukyala Patricia, abakulembeze mu magye ga Uganda oba mu magye ga Museveni, kubanga ag'amagye siga ayina amagye agage, senga gabadde magye ga ggwanga tegandikoze bikolobero ng'ebyo oba ne bw'aba muntu kinnoomu n'akola ekintu ng'ekyo n'akikola then n'alekebwa ng'ayinaayina no naye bw'oba tunulira abakulembeze abo ku ssaawa eno teri n'omu yaavuddeyo to condemn violence. Our president condemned violence right from his song. Rastana condemn no violence. He did not support violence. Naye tebavuddeeyo kuvumirira bikolwa ng'ebyo. Ekyo kitegeeza ati nti babisapootinga. N'olwekyo bwe tutunulira okuyiwa omusaayi okuliwo kati tekitandise leero mukyala Patricia. Ffe tulozzaako buloza n'ate n'ekinajja tetunnamanya. Kibi nnyo okubanga tuli mu ggwanga Uganda nga tulowooza nti tutegeka akalulu nga tulowooza nti tuli mu demokrasiya naye nga tulina okusooka okuyiwa omusaayi tulina okusooka okukubibwa nga bannayuganda tulina okusooka okugibwako amagulu okugibwako amaaso okufumitibwa okukolebwa buli kikolobero tusobole ate okutuuka mu kye twagala. We are not a violent people as NUP. We condemn violence, and the violence is not instigated by NUP, but by the security forces of Uganda that are supposed to protect us, that have refused to come out and condemn it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Webale nnyo China, omuwulidde China, eddoboozi kkangufu bulungi nti government ya Museveni ne basajja be Kukuru, his little cocoon, the red top, over SFC, Bagamanti, Bebabe, that is his personal army, a Mukuma, Yatta Bantu. Twachira Bablunji, because it was very obvious. Katina tugenda maaso, tuyina narrative mu China, eze, empia. Leero tugenda kwogera ku bintu bya njawulo ebibadde mu week. Waliwo narrative gyendaba erimu ku drivingibwa, erimu kwagala okutwawula between Abanyarwanda n'Abaganda. Nze as me, Omunyarwanda, born and bred in Uganda, I have a feeling Uganda's problem si Banyarwanda. Uganda's problem be balukutana Abanyankole abyabbe bya Uganda ne bagimaliriza. Abanyarwanda abali mu kintu kino batono nnyo. Museveni yekitegedde nti aleese ebyokunywa kw'enjaga biganya okola. Bobi Wine simanya musiyazi tebikola. Bobi Wine tasobola kubeera president tebikola. Bobi Wine tajja kubeera ku ballot paper n'agibeerako. Kati agamba kankwate Patricia mwawukanye ne mu China. He's now started okudividing individuals. And that is why you're seeing people doing kusimanya obintu ntwabyo kubanga byakwawula. So that tuva ku kituufu ngawo walaba nti bizonto woba otunulira bulungi nnyo video ya bizonto mentioninga over 15 people nga bonna Banyankole. Basamu Kuteesa be babbye Uganda. Kati ate Abanyarwanda, okay, lwaki kiiso kya mbuzi kirekerera omubaazi n'ekyo ki narrative okiraba nti Museveni yennyini ya building that narrative era yakirese era yali mu kuvuya.
Patricia, thank you for that question, but I'll answer it in a two-way version.
Yes, please.
There are Rwandese people that support the NUP.
Yes.
And they are Ugandans, and they are with us, people like you, and we love you. But there are also Rwandese people that support Museveni, that want Ugandans to suffer. When you are born in Uganda and you have Rwandese blood and descent, but you identify as a Ugandan, then you must have the attributes and values that identify you as a Ugandan. You must be resonating with the mindset of Ugandans. You must be understanding how do Ugandans feel? What do Ugandans go through? Why are Ugandans suffering? What can we do to make Uganda a better country? What can we do to sabola kukola chi okukyusa eggwanga lyaffe libe ddungi? But and that is very good. And we will say most people tuva mu nsi ze batuzaliramu ne tugenda mu nsi endala, we become citizens of those countries. The question is, do we make the people of those countries where we have gone suffer? Do we sabotage them? Do we torture them? Do we kill them? Do we step on them? Over what we do, we initiate in them, we identify with them, we start loving their cultures, their languages, we develop their countries. That is a very big difference. And I've explained this issue time and again, but I'm going to take a few minutes, like 5 minutes, to explain this issue.
Please do, by all means.
When we talk about the issue of Rwandese, it is a very big issue. This issue would never have been raised if Museveni had never made the people of Uganda hate the Rwandese people.
Yes.
Do not put the blame on NUP. It is Museveni who instigated tribalism. When he started saying that Rwanda is a tribe of Uganda, no. Tomorrow we'll have Tanzania as a tribe of Uganda. Tomorrow we'll have Kenya as a tribe of Uganda.
Atenete mchina, kakati fe, aba British citizen, but ita English.
No, they do call you British. Let me finish my narrative. Rwandese had been born in Uganda. They had initiated and become Batoro, Banyankore, Bachiga, Baganda. There was never, when he started, that's when he started making people realize that it is a different, it is not bad to identify as a Rwandese, but it is very bad to appraise one tribe, one ethnic group over the other people. That way you are creating a genocide unknowingly. Museveni started creating a genocide for the Rwandese. You know what Rwandese are suffering from today in Uganda? It has been Museveni abadati Zimba for over 35 years, but nobody had taken notice until now. Let me answer. Just give me a few minutes.
Take your time, China. Take your time.
Let me answer this. I started by saying the Rwandese who support Uganda to be better, to be headed by Ugandans, to be loved as Uganda, and they have initiated, they have had kids with us, they have become part of us, they have become part of our clans, of our tribes. They identify as Ugandans. Then we have the other group of Rwandese like Gashumba who have never wanted to be Ugandan. They have never wanted this country. They have never identified as Ugandans. They have never wanted a Ugandan to be happy. Those are two different groups. So the problem is up to you, Rwandese people, to sit and say, to immediate dewa. Are we with the people of Uganda? Do we identify as Ugandans, or do we still identify as Rwandese? Because guess what? When you go to Rwanda, they call you Agagande. They don't. They don't like you there. So let me just explain this very well. The reason why today you see Abana Uganda, they have too much hatred towards Rwandese is not because partly of the Rwandese. It's also because Museveni wakutte the Rwandese people ababamuwagira. N'abasembeza mu SFC, n'abasembeza mu State House. I'm not saying all Rwandese support Museveni.
No,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying those who support him have been used to extend pain, torture, brutality towards Ugandans. Today, Patricia, you identify as a Ugandan. You love Uganda with all your heart. Your children are Ugandans. They are Baganda. There are those Rwandese who say, we are in Uganda, but we are not Ugandans. Do you realize that that group also exists?
Yeah.
And they hate everything about Baganda, about Bachori, about Banyoro. They've never wanted to become Ugandans. The narrative here is this. Abanyarwanda bo Museveni bakozesezza okutulugunya bannayuganda baleetedde abanyarwanda bonna okuvumaganyizibwa. Simuli munyarwanda ali mu Uganda nti oba ayinza okuba akolagana ne Museveni. No. There are those who were born in Uganda, loved Uganda. They've grown up knowing Uganda. N'olwekyo kiri bwe kiti bw'otunuulira Museveni's government, I want to be honest with you, Allen Kagina is a Rwandese. Leona Magara is a Rwandese. Pecos Kutesa is a Rwandese. Erona Nyikirima is a Rwandese. Ronald Chibule is a Rwandese. Frank Tumwebaze is a Rwandese. I can mention all the names, and I can tell you they're all Rwandese. Do they support change in Uganda? No.
No.
Do they love Uganda? No. Are they Rwandese? Yes.
No.
Do they talk about torture of Ugandans? No. Do they talk about police brutality and army brutality towards Ugandans? No. So how can you blame Ugandans today for blaming Rwandese? It is up to the Rwandese people to come out and say, I identify as a Ugandan. I am a Ugandan. I love Uganda. I love change. I do not support Museveni's brutality. I do not support SFC beating people. I do not support any security personnel, be it of Rwandese blood or Baganda blood or Banyankole blood, pointing guns and shooting innocent people. When you come out, when people come out and say it is tribalism, Museveni has made it the tribalism. I can assure you the top leaders in this country, Patricia, they are all Rwandese. It doesn't mean that they are not Rwandese who are suffering. They are still there. Abanyarwanda babona abana abatalina na ssente bambi nga baavu. Yes, and they work hard for their money. They go to work every morning. They pay taxes. They suffer. But this is up to the Rwandan community to come out and say, I identify as a Ugandan, and I'm not. I'm Rwandese by DNA, but I'm a Ugandan by birth, by blood. My children are Ugandans. Otherwise, Museveni is using it to his advantage. He made the mistake, but he's now throwing the ball to you. And at this point, Banya Uganda, Banyivu, they are not differentiating whether you are a Rwandan who is Ugandan or you are a Rwandan who is anti-Ugandan. Let us give you an example of Gashumba. Gashumba is one Rwandese who has never wanted to be a Ugandan. Gashumba achaina mentality nti we are Banyarwanda. We don't have to mix up with the people. We don't have to become Ugandans. It is only up to now that Gashumba comes out and holds stupid conferences that is driving a Museveni agenda. The question I ask Gashumba, if you say that you Rwandese in Uganda, 6 million people, do you think all Rwandese subscribe to your stupidity? Subscribe to the Museveni NRM ideology of killing and torturing and brutalizing political opponents in the campaign trails? No. What I'm saying, let us be honest. Abanyarwanda, abanya Uganda, mu SFC, mwebali. The names are Simwe, Ngonzi, they are there. But we also have Rwandese who are with us, married to us, they love us, they share the same ideology. They identify as Ugandans. Patricia, I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. You're a British citizen right now.
Yes.
You identify as a British citizen. You left the country. Yes. Do you kill and torture British people that you found in Britain?
No.
Do you support police brutality of beating British people?
Nope. Do
you support the police and the army coming out? No. Because right now, if you support it, they will take back their passport. So for any foreigner in Uganda, be it Rwandese, Tanzanian, Kenyan, as long as you know you came to our country and you become a Ugandan, support Uganda. You cannot go to a foreign country and support the brutality and torture and beatings of the nationalists there, and you expect people not to get angry. But it is Museveni who has been building this. So it is up to the Rwandan community in Uganda to come out and say that they are not part of this. But the problem is there are Rwandese who support us, and there are Rwandese who are used to brutalize and beat Ugandans. The SFC, the whole of SFC, Patricia, to be honest, is made up of those people. But it doesn't mean that we don't have Rwandese. They are with us. Look at Babi Itungo. Look at Patricia. They are with us all the way through. So it is up to people like us, people like you, to come out and debunch those people. You understand? As long as you live in a country's territory, support their culture, support their ideology, support the development of that country. Once you don't identify as Ugandan, the gate pass is free. Get out of our country. You are either a Ugandan. We don't care if you came from Sudan and you became a Ugandan. We don't care if you came from Kenya and you became a Ugandan. As long as you identify a Ugandan, follow what Ugandans want. Ugandans want a peaceful transition of power. Ugandans want police brutality to stop. Ugandans want good schools. Ugandans want medicine. Ugandans want good roads. Ugandans want change in their country. So if you are anti-change, you are anti-good hospitals, you are anti-gunning down, you don't want civilians to be beaten, then get the hell out of our country. Simple. Even if you hold an American passport and you support Americans to be killed, the American government will take back their passport from you and deport you to Uganda like Bebe Cool's mother.
Amen. Again, kakati tugende mpola mu China. Abantu bavuddeyo. Nalabye biganga. Kati, this is not an individual thing. I have seen people who are walking up and say, bagenda kutusosola, bagenda kututta, simanya Bobi Wine wali twala obukulembeze, abaganda bagenda kutugoba. Kikola amakulu to you. Nga omukyala afumbe wa Bobi Wine, mukyala mu Nyankole stroke Nyaranda. And she speaks fluently Nyaranda. Today, she making a sense for someone Omnyaranda kati njagala o assuring Omnyaranda akulaba today. Alia Uganda. Does it make sense for someone to say that these people what social nga President Museveni yagenda ku national television n'agamba nti abantu abaganda ffe ng'Abaganda because ffe Abaganda abannaka kubanga waliwo Abaganda bali bawawo n'abannaka kati ffe ng'Abaganda abannaka we have pride in being Baganda. Naye waki government yesalawo to suppressing nti we can't even mention ffe Abaganda naye ng'ate bo baga nti ffe Abanyankole ffe Abanyarwanda ffe whatever for why is it like that they're suppressing and people don't want to talk about it? They have decided tokyogerako era eno live egenda kuleeta obuzibu bungi.
I'm going to start. Patricia, let me start by this. When a person, when I go to Britain and I marry a British citizen and my children are half British, half Ugandan, I have already initiated myself in that society. I will start by telling Ugandans, Museveni nga yeye musoso za soka.
Yes, please.
Museveni's children have never married a Ugandan. They are cocoon. Ngawa mujiraba. They don't allow anyone to marry outside. There was some. Look at Museveni's Museveni. If you trace their bloodline, it is Rwandese. If Museveni really wanted to say Simusosa, why didn't he let Natasha Karujire marry someone from Uganda? We all know Natasha wanted to marry someone who was a Ugandan. Why didn't he let it happen? And if you see, there was Eronda Nyakairima's niece marrying Emilia Chamberdes, whatever niece. Kati bote bakiriza musayi mulala kuyingira mubbo. That is how tribalistic. I don't even understand. That is how tribalistic they are. They marry within each other. And by the way, they don't even allow Banyankole to marry within them. This thing of saying Banyankole Bahima, no, those are not Bahima. Those are Bahima from Rwanda. The Hima people. But that is the first example I want to give you. They don't even allow, you cannot come and tell Nambariwa to go and marry Mhozi's son. They will not accept. The name is Nambariwa. That will never happen. You understand? As long as her name is that, they will never accept her to go and marry in that family. Second, the point you mentioned earlier when you said, some people are scared that if Bobi Wine becomes president, bajja kutocha, bajja kutugoba mu Uganda. I can assure you, Patricia, as long as you've been violent towards the people of Uganda, as long as you have participated in the torture and brutality, we will not even just chase you away. We will imprison you. We will put you in court. We will take you to prison. And we will, if we have to bring back the death sentence, it will come. Why? We don't care if you are Rwandese, Kenyan, or what. We don't care if you are a Sudanese. What we care about is, have you committed atrocities against human rights of Ugandans? Have you violated Ugandan laws? It doesn't matter whose citizenship you hold. So when you start saying that, the question is, what are you Uganda? What you chokugoba? What you were likely saw in Toina Musai Guavana Uganda from Mikonojo? What you were likely saw in Gatobanga centers and Dagal? What you were likely saw in Gatobanga centers Anguzi, Muchacho Chentagazachi Chimuchala Patricia. Namba, Uri Azizo Musango, stop hiding behind that narrative. Whether you are Rwandese, Sudanese, Kenyan, we are going to look for
even Ugandani.
Even Ugandans, we are going to look for you. Justice will be served. So stop that stupid narrative propaganda you are spreading to people. Yes, if we will not chase you out of Uganda, before we even deport you out of Uganda, we will make sure you go to serve. No serving after serving, you will be deported. That is what European countries do. You do. They don't care. Once you commit a crime, you are tried, imprisoned, served, then deported. Na ya area abo naba na Uganda. Ngatoyina musango. Enkula akula nyoba dojagala. Oyagadda kati dala tuba tukugobera. That is a narrative. And by the way, Patricia, to add on, when Museveni says that if Bobi Wine and the NUP take power, people who are non-Ugandans or Rwandese will be chased out. I want Museveni to remember, it is Baganda who welcomed him here. It is Baganda who gave their kids to fight for him. It is Baganda who gave their food to him. It is Baganda who fought with him. Andrew Tako Mekaira. is one of the people who defeated in the NRA war. She's also one of the people who defeated in the Lakwena war.
No. Muchina Simba wakati. Lutamaguzi. Yamukweka muchibanyi. And he got killed. Nebajja okumunoonya. Nga bamukwese muchibanyi. It was Lutamaguzi. Not the Lutamaguzi of Nakaseke, but Lutamaguzi Lutakome. Yakweka Museveni muchibanyi. Museveni needs to remember all these things.
He needs to remember that it is the Kabaka of Buganda who was flown from Britain to be brought down to tell the people of Buganda to support them. It is over 300,000 Ugandan Baganda people who died in Luero. It is over 500 Ugandans, 500,000 Ugandans. Over 300,000 Ugandans who died, Baganda who died in Luero. Over 500,000 Ugandans worldwide, Uganda-wise, who died to bring his government. Really, if we were tribalistic, would we have supported that man? If Baganda, if Ugandans, if Banyankore, Bachiga, Batoro, Bagwere, whatever, they were tribalistic, why did we support a person who cannot even identify a Chikache, who cannot tell us his ancestral backgrounds? We ask Museveni today where his father is buried. Museveni cannot show you where his father is buried. Patricia, let me tell you, if we Ugandans were very bad people, we would never have supported Museveni. But Museveni is a conist. He came and lied to our grandfathers, our fathers, our brothers. Navagamba turuane tujewo obote. Let us take out this regime that is oppressing Ugandans. Let us take out this regime that is killing Ugandans. Let us take in this regime that is doing pandagali. Let us take out this regime that Alesa Magendo. Let us take out this regime that has made agriculture deteriorate. Guess what? Where man back was he was busy hiding his children in Sweden. And now he's saying we are tribalistic. President Museveni should remember, if we were tribalistic, we would never have given him a chance. He would never have become a president without the Baganda. He would never have become a president without the Ugandan people. So today, for him to turn back, and he calls us tribalistic, it is hurtful and painful. But guess what? It is teaching us a lesson. He used this thing, this same tactic, and he isolated the people of northern Uganda when he said abantu b'engulubabi kati nakwata abaganda n'abakyayisa abantu abacholi. Then he massacred the Acholi people. He massacred them because everybody was saying those people are very bad. They are tribalistic, Obote, and the Minis people, Karate. And he silently massacred those people. He's doing the same thing to the Baganda people right now. He's making us look tribalistic so he can massacre us. He did the same thing to the people of Kasese. He first said the people of Kasese are tribalistic. They don't want other settlers to settle in those gazetted national parks. That is when he attacked the kingdom. He is now doing it to Buganda people, portraying the Baganda as non-welcoming people, portraying the Baganda as very bad people. But Museveni should not forget this. The way we welcomed him is the way we are going to take him out. We gave you
China, Gatutambula. Wotunuulira abantu ababadenga bakwata Bobby Wine right from north coming down Mwesigwa omukyala oyo ekifaananyi kyova okumpeereza bamuyita batya?
She's called Esther Mbayo.
Esther Mbayo. Wotunuulira abantu bano abali mu kukola ebikolobero ku Bannayuganda. Abannayuganda, all they've said is that twagala nkyukakyuka. President Museveni, abantu batugamba nti Museveni alina amaanyi mangi nnyo, alina amaanyi Luweero ye Makka ya simanya eya NRM era simanya numbers don't vote. Kiki bwe kyolaba njagala okigatte, drive it your style. You can do it the Rabadab style. Oyogere ku bakyala nga Asiimwe, oyogere ku Esther Mbayo, oyogere ku Mwesigwa, Namara Patience, ababadde nga bali mu kuchunya abantu baffe. Nga all we have said that please twagala change. Kiki kyotunuulira awo njagala okubewo bulungi nnyo onnyonnyola omuntu. What do you think and where do we go from here?
I want to start by saying that a mother should never lose their child and cry. A mother should never lose their child at any one point. It is very sad for a woman to lose their child. But
yes,
it's coming to to a point kituuse ku nsonga Patricia nti abakyala abamu bagenda fiirwa abaana oba abantu abamu bafiirwa ab'enganda zaabwe abantu bakuba embuuto. Patricia, it is kintu kikwasa ennaku okuba ng'oli mukazi ng'omanyi ennaku y'ekikazi ng'omanyi bwe kiwulikika okukuza omwana mu Uganda, because we have a lot of single mothers, we have a lot of mothers who are married but it is very impossible to raise their children. Kintu kizibu nnyo. And then at the same time, you have women who are in positions to upgrade a woman, to uplift a woman, to see a woman become somebody. Nga balina obusobozi obwo obusobola okuliftinga omukyala, and they are the ones supporting a dictator to continue trampling on a woman. They are the ones supporting a dictator okugenda maaso ng'anyigiriza omukyala. So when that day comes and that woman loses a son, do you think the mothers who lost their children in the recent police and army gun shootings on 18th of this month, do you think right now they are smiling? But now Ugandans right now have fresh graves in their compound. Luka would never have happened if Esther Mbayo had not wanted to show Ntaina Buyinza. Esther Mbayo is the Minister for Presidency in Museveni's government. If you take Esther Mbayo, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, if you take Justin Lumumba, Ruth Nankabirwa, add on this latest Namara Patience, who is trying to show that she's working. If you take all the women, Speciosa Wandera Kaziwe, if you take women like Anite, if you take women like Betty Kamya, if you take women like Beatrice Enyoa, if you take, there are so many women out there who should have worked for the uplifting of the girl child, for the uplifting of the woman in Uganda. But the dictator, if you take women like this latest Nabakova, this Masaka woman who has a mzigo in the tooth, if you take women like that, abakazi abandi badde bakola ennyo nga bagamba kale tuli mu gavumenti y'ono omusajja naye tukole nnyo tulabe nga Uganda ekulaakulana ng'omwana omuwala n'omukyala bakulaakulana naye at this time be bakazi Museveni babadde azze okukozesa okuwanda omuliro okukkiriza ebikolwa ebyekittemu ebikolwa ebyekittavu ebikolwa ebibi okutuusibwa ku bannayuganda. So when a woman wakes up and says, we shall kill your children, the question is, who are you leaving behind to guard your son? Esther Mbayo, on the 18th, you ordered for Bobby Wine. You are one of the people who ordered for Bobby Wine to be detained and taken to Nalufenya. You are expecting Barbara Chagulanyi to cry, to become a widow. You did not look if little Solomon or little Subi would need their father back. Today, you are crying. Your guns have no power to resurrect your son. Your guns have no power. Your government does not have power. The same hospital where your son died, that he could not get the medical help, is the same reason women like me, women like Patricia and other women come out and say, twagala amalwaliro amalungi. Twagala eddagala, twagala abasawo baffe basasulwe. But I don't know, it is good. Sometimes I say COVID is good because you are now going to the same hospitals we also go to. Nemutasangayo bujanja. Today you have no power to even order your son to breathe again. When you come out and say you shall kill our children, the question is, are you God, or are you going to stop the angel of death from touching your own children? Esther Mbayo, today you know the pain of losing a son. You know the pain a mother goes through to lose a child. For all the women who have lost their children right from 1986, right from 1970s, right up to the latest shootings of 18th, right to Rita Nabukenya, right to Yasini Kauma. He was somebody's son also. Rita Nabukenya was somebody's daughter. Justice has never been served. Today,
China, if Mbayo ordered Bobby Wine's arrest in Luka, over 100 different people died. Over
100 people. Yes.
Katonda on atalya chapati.
Atalya nguzi.
Katonda atalya nguzi. Omusirikale yakuba omukadde. Ng'asala oluguudo yafa. Katonda abakutte bwati naye people have deliberately refused to see all the signs. To see all the signs. It is enough. Kati Esther Mbayo kawulire obulumi, because if she had not taken that decision 100 people would not have died. Katonda ali mu kubagezesa. This is obvious.
Esther Mbayo wanted to show, omanyi banabyabufuzi abamu, they are so, I don't know how they reason, wanted to show that she's ali kamala byonna mu kitundu ekyo ekya Busoga, because she's standing as the district woman MP of that side. And she caused all that chaos. Then guess what? The blood of the innocent Ugandans that died on that day. You never know. I told you people, their ghosts should not go to the graveyard and rest. Omusanyi gw'Abannayuganda ogwayika kwolwo olwaleero Esther Mbayo guzukukidde mu mutabani wo obulumi obuwulirawo wooli. Kino tetusanyukirangako kufa era tewabaawo omuntu agamba tusanyuse kuba tuli bakyala. But we are asking Esther Mbayo, do you feel the pain every mother feels when they lose their child? Esther Mbayo, do you feel it now? Ask Ronald Chibule. Ask Ruth Nankabirwa. Bemukakkanyiza bali bakkakanya. Yes. Esther Mbayo essaawa zino waali akaaba. Naye atunuuliremu abantu abakabye weekend ena. Atunuuliremu abantu abali mu malwaliro abavaako olunaku olwo. Abamu nga tebagenda kuddamu kutambula. Balina injuries ez'enjawulo. Tebamanyi oba banaasula. Buli lukya emirambo gyeyongera. Buli lukya. If you refuse to become humble, the world will humble you. The angel of death knows no power, knows no guns, knows no family, knows no riches, knows no money. Okitegeera?
Tambule mu China. Twabadde Luweero Mecca wa NRM. Era it has been on record that Gundi Luweero is the Mecca of NRM because, bless them, for 35 years, Museveni has never compensated them what he promised them. They have been living on hope. And yesterday, abana bakute ente biri ne bazambaza masks, ne bazambaza, sorry. Museveni yali ente ezaffe, kati naffe ezaasigalawo zino ebbiri kozirye. Omuchina?
Yes, I hear you.
Ompulira? Yeah. Okay. Tambulirako awo.
I want to talk about, before I comment about the question that you asked me, ekibuuzo ky'ongambye eky'abantu be Luweero. Abantu be Luweero njagala okusooka okubeebaza nnyo n'omutima omulungi nti olutalo olwalwanirwa Luweero, abantu abasinga okufa bali mu kitundu ky'e Luweero. Abantu be Luweero baawaayo emmere, baawaayo buli kimu. Abantu be Luweero baliko amaziga. Naye njagala okubeebaza nti beebeereddemu ku mulundi guno ne balabuka. Ne bagamba nedda ekimala kimala. Yalwanira wano, eno gy'ayita Mecca. Naye tewali ke tufunyeemu. Luweero togenda kusangayo essomero liri ku mutindo. Museveni azimba essomero e Tanzania. Naye abantu be Luweero yandibadde yabawa eddwaliro eryandibadde lisinga okuba ery'obuvunaanyizibwa eddungi lyandizimbiddwa Luweero. Nti essomero eryandibadde lisinga obulungi lyandizimbiddwa Luweero. Luweero wandibaddeyo ne university ennamba. Kubanga nga bw'ogamba Mecca gitunuulira eri mu Saudi Arabia ky'ekibuga ekisinga okunyirira. Kubanga ye Mecca w'abanafu Abayisiraamu. Naye mu kyonna Patricia kyegambye nze neebaza nnyo abantu b'e Luweero okwebeereramu. Era nsaba okubajjukiza nti batuule buli ayina ebijja mu luggya lwe. Buli agende we baziika abantu baabwe abagambe zuukuka. Mwana wange tewafa wekka, omusajja gwe twalwanirira wano aganye okukola ky'okutuviira. Abantu b'e Luweero mmwe mwatuyambako okuleeta Museveni, mutuyambeko nga mugenda okulonda nga 14 omusajja atuviire. Ffe twamuleeta, mulina obuvunaanyizibwa okutuyamba atuviire. Era mu kyo Patricia awo wenja okukoma ku bantu b'e Luweero mbeebaza nnyo n'abantu b'e Nakasongola. Amagye kagaveeyo kagabatiise ne bannayuganda mu bitundu mwenna we muli. Buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe ffe twaleeta Museveni mu gavumenti eno. Buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe okulaba nga tumuggyawo, tuleete omukulembeze ali civilian, tuleete omukulembeze anaatuwuliriza, anaategeera abantu, anaamanya abantu, anaategeera ensonga zaffe, anaategeera nti Uganda first. Famire ye nga si yesooka. Naye nga ye anaabeera servant of the people. Anaawuliriza omuntu wa wansi. N'olwekyo bannayuganda nze kyembasebe naye nga I congratulate the people of Luweero okwebeereramu. Mpozi nga tinagala okwogerako ku kya lwakuba nti wakambuzizza at the beginning. I want to talk about the question of branding NUP a violent group. That thing should be addressed very well, Patricia. Bwe tutuuka ku nsonga y'okugamba nti National Unity Platform batu brandinze as hooligans ne tukikkiriza, batu brandinze as violent people ne tukiraba ne kiyita. We are not violent people. I made a short list bannayuganda gye njagala okubasiika. Katono nnyo mumpemu eddakiika nga 2-3.
Tukukkiriza kyonna.
Bw'agamba nti NUP tuli violent, Mwami Kyagulanyi mu myaka gye egy'obuvubuka ayinza okuba alina bye yakola oba yanywa kayaga. By the way, I will tell everybody, medical marijuana is acceptable. Mu panado gonywa, mu ddagala erisannyalaza nga bakuula erinnyo, byonna mu ebiri. Mwami Kyagulanyi yakola ebintu by'okola ng'oli mu myaka gye egy'ekivubuka. Mwami Museveni mu myaka gye egy'ekivubuka yakwata mmundu n'agenda atugumbula bannayuganda ku muyaga n'omutemu, an assassin, a murderer, a killer, and someone who just smokes their weed. Who do you take, Ugandans? Abasawo abo be mulaba bonna bakakuba. President yabafuza America bakanywedde.
Boris Johnson recently accepting
akanywa. Naye ekyokwata ebipande bya president waffe ne mubitimba nga mulaga ekikolwa kibi, tujja kujjayo ebipande bya Museveni n'obuwanga bwe bwonna. Museveni yatta abantu akuva mu myaka gya 1971 between a murderer, an assassin, and somebody who has taken drugs. Ugandans, who do you choose? A person who sits and takes their weed and takes their drug or takes a medicine. Some people have to take sleeping pills. Munawoza muwenze mu makene ndabateekamu ki? Munawoza wagenda mu ddwaliro nga bakusanyalaza erinnyo, kiki ekyo kye bakuba okusanyalaza? Ask yourself, is morphine not a drug gye bakuba abantu? N'olwekyo njagala ogamba Uganda between an assassin and a murderer, a person who has brutalized Ugandans, a person who has tortured Ugandans. Museveni even has evidence of wanga gyebuli. He took them from Luwero and took them to the museum in Mbarara. That is how disrespectful he became to the people of Luwero. So when Museveni comes out and his campaign to portray our president as somebody who used to take drugs, that is in the past. The question is, did Museveni leave his murdering in the past? Did he leave his torture in the past, or is he still doing it?
Yeah.
Is he still murdering Ugandans? Is Bobby Wine still taking drugs? No. Is Bobby Wine still having Rastafari? The Rastafari is in his heart. Is Bobby Wine a changed man? Yes.
Yes.
God changed. God Katonda yakyusa Sawulo n'amutuuma Pawulo. Okiwulira? Naye bw'abanga Museveni ebikolwa bye yakola mu myaka gye egy'ekivubuka yakwata mmundu ne banne bagamba the 27 guns ne batirimbula abantu. Has Bobby Wine ever murdered anyone? Has Bobby Wine ever advocated that people should go and shoot? Has Bobby Wine ever covered up for murderers? Today, on November 18th, Bannayuganda battibwa by men and women, both in uniform and abali mu ngoye eza bulijjo. Has Museveni ever come out to condemn or get them arrested? And
Museveni went on TV and said, if you start with us, this is the thing that we know most. In the middle of people dying, Museveni yayimirira ku national television n'agamba, we shall kill you because muze mu sector gye tusinga okumanya nga yeewaana. Bobby Wine ayinza okuba yanywa ku njaga, but okunywa njaga is not a permanent something that someone has, because Bobby Wine is not a drug addict. He's not. Number one, we need to understand that. If he was a drug addict, he wouldn't be where he is today. We wouldn't be seated here discussing him, because he would be a messed up person. When someone gets, Linda Kokaton, when someone becomes a drug addict, becoming bafuna schizophrenia, that is what they call long-term use of drugs. He has no schizophrenia. He has no Alzheimer's. His brain is functioning, he thinks very clearly, and he's very smart. Museveni today still stands neyewana tujja bakurashinga muchina jayo kalistiko mangu kwa tuli kumpi kumaliriza.
When you talk about someone agamba between a drug and a murderer, I want to give you the CV of a murderer. This is the CV. In between 1980 and 1986, people in Luwero, Kampala, they were murdered. Yes. We have the LRA war in northern Uganda for over 20 years. The Bacholi people were murdered. We have the killing of people in Karamoja when he was removing the guns from them. Chichecho. We have the killing of people in Rwanda. He was part of that genocide that killed Rwandese people themselves. We have the killing of President Habyarimana. Was that Bobby Wine? We have the killing of President John Garang as he was setting off in a helicopter, Ngeva, Uganda. Was that Bobby Wine? Was that NUP? As you're trying to portray us being violent. We have the killing of Serena Nevanda. We have Andrew Felix Kawesi. We have Afanda Chirumira. We have Dr. Chiinji's wife who was gunned down. We have Molly Kamukama. We have the disappearance of Noop, MP aspirant, Chibalama, the accountant. We don't even know where his graveyard is. We have the shooting down of Abiriga. We have the killing of Prince Happy Chijanangoma of Toro. We have Yasini Kauma. We have Rita Now Kenya. We have Omulongo Goloba. We have the 2010 World Cup bombings. Who was part of that? As they wanted to get money from the USA so that they give them money to go and fight Al-Shabaab and to take our young men and women pretending that we have Nobo Mayombo. We have Eronda Nyakeirima. We have Major General Ohite Ojok in 1983. We have Andrew Tako Mekaira. We have
Rwenzururu, of which
we have the people of Rwenzururu.
Abantu be Rwenzururu we babatta Museveni eyabatta yamuwa ne gundi ne chepe ne wana ku Al Jazeera intino yes yalina okumwawadinga gena mas.
We have Professor Dan Mudola. Abantu bayinza okuba tebamanyi Professor Dan Mudola. Patricia, Professor Dan Mudola was the vice chairman of the Constitutional Review Commission, the constitution that formed the 1995 constitution that now Museveni is using to Sibako. Professor Dan Mudola yali lecturer Makerere. Yali mu mmotoka ewandegeya. Yali ne Professor Omulala Kibuuka bamukubisa grenade. We have people that have been killed, murdered and disappeared. Has it been Bobby Wine? Has it been NUP? So between a ganja planter and an assassin and a murderer, Ugandans choose very well because you have voted him over saying you'll let a peace. He's still killing. Is Bobby Wine still taking drugs? No. Is Museveni still killing? Yes. What is the use of torture chambers like in Alfenya? What is the use of having safe houses, the ones you call safe houses, but me I call them torture houses? If really, yes, you have people like Sobi, open known criminals still out. You have the former IGP of police, Karechi Ezika-Ihura, who was banned from the USA on abuse of on cases of abuse of human rights, torture and killings of Ugandans. Who was Kaihura working for? Was it Bobby Wine or was it Museveni? So when they start portraying us as a violent party, as a violent generation, they should remember we don't have a CV curriculum vitae of killing. We can bring out many murderers that have happened time and again for Ugandans. Francis Ayume, those accidents, everything. You have a lot of stuff.
Kazini.
Was it Bobby Wine? Was it NUP? And when someone comes and says, we shall crush you, we shall kill you, I would rather go with a man who smokes a little weed than somebody who is promising to kill me. Because today you think you support Museveni, you're putting on yellow. The gun and the bullet that is sending his men to kill does not know whether I'm a red person or a yellow person. It will kill. What I'm trying to tell Ugandans, let us put ideas out there. Museveni is trying okubanga atusanyawo ne bana Uganda kino ekintu kyamusukkako. His CV is full of blood and assassins and murders. Our CV has nowhere portrayed of murderers and killing. Nowhere. The CV of NUP is as clean as you can see. The CV of NRA, the CV of Museveni, the CV of National Resistance Movement is stench with blood. And Ugandans, what he has not done in 35 years, he will not do it for us. What he has not given us in 35 years, he will not do it for us.
Muchaina mvuga speed ya amani ya yiri oja kuntomeza soko ntwale empola eno 2020 already yatuvuga dda omuchaina njagala nga tuli kumpi kumaliriza muddakiika nga 10 zokka nnyonnyola oyo akulaba owa Museveni ali wano akugamba nti aba NUP twabalaba nga bakutte omuntu ali mu yero nga bamukuba kibooko, twalaba omuntu ebintu byabwe ebyekivandula ebyo bye babadde bavuga nti abantu ba NUP be bakozinga the riots. Njagala nnyonnyoleko Munnayuganda today nti if we see some lady ne baga omukyala yali bamwembarasinga ne bamujja mu t-shirt simply because ya yellow. Njagala ovugewo ko awantu awo nawo.
Njagala okujjukiza Bannayuganda, I condemn violence and I condemn any act of okwisamu omukyala ekitiibwa okumwambula. I don't support it. We condemn it as NUP and we do not support it. We do not subscribe to violence in NUP. And now, when njagala okujjukiza Bannayuganda mbu time and again, before they say that we NUP people, it was NUP people abayambula omukyala oyo. How many times has Uganda police picked women? Never ambula, never tuwalanga n'obulega n'amabere gali wabweru, never sula kabangali. Who has ever come out to complain? How many times have law enforcement disrespected women in this country? And no one has ever come out to say something. So how many times have women, abakazi, 23 women who were raped, murdered, ebiku? Why has never any NRM person come out to condemn that? So today we bajja ne bagamba NUP twayambudde omukyala mirundi emeka nga bakutta abakyala. Ne babakwata ne babambula nga babateeka kabangali. Museveni nga tavangayo kivumirira. Mirundi emeka gye bakwata. Where was justice served for the over 23 women who were murdered, raped? Ne babasompe when you talk about Chiboko, that we are beating people, who was the initiator of Chiboko squad? Who was beating even kindergarten kids? My Patricia, let me tell you, this government has disrespected women time and again. If a woman was told to put off a yellow shirt, she was not beaten. It was people who did it, but it was not a good act. We don't support it. But Museveni and his government have done worse. The murderers of women.
Besides, how would you be sure? Kubanga,
how would you even be sure?
100% sure, they planted it. Because emipira jajja ne bagijjako in the middle of the city. And nobody came to shoot them. Yet omukyala yaratambuze emmere was shoot.
Isn't that a woman? Isn't that a woman?
Isn't that nonsense? We need to understand before we judge everything. Dayosome akatabo ke bayita the mustard seed. Museveni has been a deceiving liar. He's a liar. He's a typical liar. He has done absolutely nothing. Now he wants to use those same tricks. He wants to come out ataba na Uganda encha kugambe nti ate kakati bebese, and the people want to believe that.
Patricia, I want to urge Ugandans on this point. We should also focus on it. I want to ask Ugandans if we are tired of women dying, if we are going to talk about as women.
Waliwo wanagambye nti mu China you have read a lot of propaganda and infected your head. Go to Uganda, get facts of who is actually doing all these atrocities. Your leader Chaplain also knows that because matter of transparency, the supporters will never know what is behind the scenes.
Tell that person I'm in Uganda if they want to know. I'm in Uganda and I know everything. And at least I have the courage to come out and speak about such issues. But the main point I want that person and me to be able to be in a new Uganda where we can openly come out and talk about such issues. That is the Uganda you want. That person is complaining right now. Openly naye njagala tugende mu nsi ensuubize mu gavumenti empya nga naye asobola okuvaayo n'agamba gundi ye yatta gundi ne bamukwata. Kati essaawa zino alina okuba nga alina ky'amanyi naye atya. So I wish that person...
I know the person who is writing. That person is called Henrietta. She used to be an NUP member and apparently joined NRM because Obasimanya to hurt me, which is a very sick mind. Anyway, I don't want to get there, but it makes me sick to look at people write such things.
Anyway,
it makes me sick. If you're hiding your face, it is your right. Henrietta, let me tell you, if China is hiding her face, it is her right. Please
I'm not hiding my... Let me explain that part. Patricia, let me explain it. People have different attires in this world. If you go to Arab countries, they dress like this. It is not called hiding a face. If you go to nomadic countries, they have a way they dress. If you go to country, you have a right to dress any way you want. Nobody should ever dictate to you how you should dress or you should not put on a hat. This is a dress code, my dear. It's called a fashion. It's not hiding a face. It is a dress code. If I subscribe to certain beliefs and things I want, I can dress and eat and do what I want. And it is my right and constitutional right and God-given sovereign right. But I'm not angry. But as we are winding up, Patricia, I want us to put the focus not on those people commenting negatively, because we have less than a month to go to State House and become their president and open their minds. And as you know, in this world, as much as we try and suffer, there are going to be criticisms. Let us emphasize and call upon our people to go and vote. Let us emphasize and call upon our people how they should take manvuli. Akalulu bannange njagala okubiriza bannayuganda bw'otuuka wali okutiikinga bokisi tiiki togiyisaamu tiiki girekeemu. Eri abo bonna bannayuganda abali ku ludda luli nga mukyawagira mwami Museveni, nammwe tubaagaliza ebirungi kuba mu New Uganda tetugenda kubasosola. Amalwaliro bwe tunaakola amalwaliro amalungi, nammwe mujja kuba musobola okugenda mufunemu eddagala. Enguudo bwe zinaaba ennungi, nammwe emmotoka zammwe tetujja kuzigaana kuyitako mu luno oluguudo lwaba NUP, mwennanga mujja kuyitako. Bwe tunaatereza ebyobulimi, ng'omulimi asobola okulima ebirime bye ne bifuna akatale k'ensi yonna ku bbeeyi ennungi, nammwe bajjajjammwe abali mu kyalo bajja kuba bafunamu. Bwe tunaasolooza omusolo omusaamusaamu, abantu ne bongera okuzimba zi bizinensi nga nammwe mufunamu. Bwe tunaazimba ebizimbe ebigasa, amasomero amalungi ne tuzzaawo yunivasite zaffe ne zitereera, nammwe abatatwagala abagamba tukweka feesi, nammwe mujja sindikayo abaana bammwe basomereyo. Bwe tunaatereza ekitongole ekiramuzi nti naawe essaawa zino agamba omuchina lwaki abika feesi agamba ki nga bakubyeko enkokoyo n'embuzi naye nga agibbye omumanyi, naawe omulamuzi bw'anaaba asala omusango ajja gusala mu mazima nti bw'onooba ng'oli ku sayide naye ng'otuuse okuzaala, bw'onoogenda mu ddwaliro omusawo tajja kugamba sooka ompeeyo ekintu kidogo ate oleete n'empisa oleete na biki byonna ojja kubisangayo. Bwe tunaatereza eggwanga lyaffe naawe awagira Museveni omwana we ajja kuba takyagenda kuba bwakadaama anseri ki londa Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert nga 14 January tiikinga oba oteekewo ekyenkumu buvunaanyizibwabwo nga munnayuganda okukyusa eggwanga lyo. Gwasalawo okwongera eggwanga lyaffe okubbira oba okubanga tukyusa buno omulembe gwaffe tuli bavubuka. Museveni identified with his people at his time. We should also identify with our people. Ebizibu ebituluma tabitegeera. Kati essaawa eno tulina okufokasinga kulonda nkoowola abakyala mwenna abakooye okunyigirizibwa abali buli omu buli waali, abaami bajjajja abavubuka abali mu NRM abazibuka amaaso n'abatannazibuka, mujje tugende tulonde Kyagulanyi. Eno bagiyita revolution, eno nkyukakyuka n'abalina obusajja ku mitima. Bwe munaalaba nga gavumenti ekoze ng'akasaawe k'entebe tukifudde ekisaawe, nga mu kifo ky'okugula ebyokulwanyisa ebingi tugula amadagala, ng'omwana wa Uganda asobola okweyagalira mu nsi ye, ng'abaana baffe tebakyakuwa amasasi kyere, abo bakubye amasasi ne bagenda nga bayinaayina. Nammwe ensi mujja gyeyagaliramu. Y'ensi gye twagala. Tumanye essaawa zino muyinza obutakiraba, muyinza obutakitegeera, naye bwe tunaaba tutuuseeko eri mujja kukitegeera.
Thank you so much, Muchina. Nsuubira nti okoze omulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo. And tomorrow tugenda kukomawo at the same time. That is if our president talina actually njagala okuyisaawo akalango 7:45. Our president will be live on his Facebook page and all the other major Facebook pages, Choto, Olujuliro, and all the Ghetto TV, Map Media pages. All the rest of the other major pages will be live featuring our president agenda kwogerako eggwanga. Anyway,
njagala okusibula Bannayuganda mukyala Patricia.
Yes, ngera kuwa time yerindako katono kamalizo okuyisaawo obulango. Please, encha ndowooza tutandikira encha tugenda waye. Laba nno wembibuzabuziza saabiwandiise. Anyway, then Tuesday I think is Ginger, and Wednesday tugenda kubeera nga President atambula tomorrow as always. Naye ka sijja kusoma wano list because njibuzizza nagideletinze by mistake. All I nzijukirako ndowooza Ginger yokka ku Tuesday. Anyway, Just to finish up, please, let us not forget, tomorrow tujja kubeera live at some point. Tugenda kujja okubatemera manifesto ya NUP. Okusinziira ku ffe ng'abakyala we twagitegeera ne bwe twagiraba. I'm sure there's so many different people already abagitemyetemye. Naye naffe tugenda kujja tugisobola okubeera nga tugitemaatema nga we tugibannyonnyola and what we think and how possible. Manyi waba okola goal settings zirina okubeera realistic ate nga ziri achievable. Si bino ebintu bya Museveni simanya ate kakati mbafunira future yammwe, future yetubidde. Ebintu bya Museveni tebikwatagana. Everything is all a mess. Akugamba nti no observe SOP ate bakadeideyiwe tebaze observing. Museveni musajja muyaye nnyo mu China nti addira ye neyeekubisa akafaananyi ng'alinawo abantu batono naye ng'eri ba Isma Alexis batambula babebe cool batambula with a very big trail ate bo basiru nnyo ne bajja ne babipostinga ku social media. And I don't understand who exactly is telling what Museveni is doing. I think it's a mess. And even his supporters are all messed up in the head. Nobody seems to understand what is going on. On China, ngosibula kubantu, osobola kwogerako kweyo point katini, quickly nti. The fact that Museveni is such a liar that he comes, pretends to show that he's doing the SOPs, but the people who are moving with his T-shirts that he has paid, that they're even fighting for the money in front of camera, are moving with a big chunk of people, of which that chunk of people babagula buguzi. Kakati nenkubuuza nti ebintu bya Museveni byo ekisitayiro kyeyo nga omaliriza.
President Museveni has been a liar. He has been a liar since 1970s. He has been a liar in the 80s. He has been a liar in the 90s. He has been a liar in the 2000s. He's still lying. So whoever, you know, there are two different people that I always, when it comes to politics, that I always differentiate between our. There's a supporter and a slave. You can support a politician, but you don't have to be his slave. So okubera supporter ne oba slave, it's a very big difference. So for me, I don't even want to go there. He has been lying. There is no SOPs. He's not observing COVID-19. He's just using it as an advantage. And that is a big topic we have to discuss, a whole big topic, because we have to sit down and discuss that at some other point. But what I want to tell Ugandans as I'm winding up, because I have to be somewhere, I want to urge you that the power to change your country lies in your vote. The power to change your country lies in your hands. The power to change the destiny of your child, the destiny and future of your child and your grandchild, the power to change the situation you are going through today as Ugandans, the power to change everything that you don't want lies in your vote. Today, National Unity Platform presidential aspirant and candidate, His Excellency Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi, is giving you that chance to change your country. He's going to be your servant. He's not going to be a dictator. And you will have the power to oust him if indeed later he changes his words, because a civilian is as easy to take out much more than a military dictator. So the power to change buli kintu kyonna kyotoyagala lies in your hands, in your vote on January 14th. If you are tired of any situation, if you are tired of these stupid SOPs, if you are tired of anything, let us go and vote. Let us vote in large numbers. Let us take out this dictator for 35 years. Let us break the bond of pouring blood so we can change leaderships. Let us change our country. This is our generation. This is our country. We have the power to do it. We will do it. We should believe in ourselves. On January 14th, I urge all Ugandans, go and vote. And when you vote, take a tiki mukaboxi, munda mukaboxi, whatever umbrella, whatever manvuli, vote for yourself, vote for your mother, vote for your brother who died and has never had justice, vote for your land, vote for your house that was taken, vote for your pension, the pension money that was stolen from NSSF, vote for the fact that you graduated and never got a job, vote for the fact that you graduated and became a kadama, vote for the change, vote so that tomorrow your child does not go through what you are going through. Please vote for better roads, vote for better hospitals, vote for better taxes, vote for to stop corruption, vote to stop impunity. vote to stop nepotism, vote to change the judiciary in Uganda, vote so the military personnel can respect civilians, vote for justice for Ugandans, vote for all our fallen soldiers who have been killed and murdered by this brutal regime, and justice has never been served. Vote for a new Uganda. Vote Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi on January 14th. Do I need to do a Uganda translation for that? Because there might be people that will not understand.
Go ahead.
I wish you a very good day. See you tomorrow if we have the time, but let us go and vote. We can vote, we can take him out. America did it, we can still do it. Biden is in, we also need somebody for the people, by the people, for the people. Vote Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi for a new Uganda. God bless you. Allah bless you. I love you all Ugandans. Ciao, Patricia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oyabadde mu China. She was the guest for the day. Mumuwulidde bulungi nnyo nga akanyuga ekikompola. It's very clear that Ugandans are upset, Ugandans are frustrated, Ugandans have had enough of the 35-year brutality, the 35-year lies, the 30-year theft, the 35-year of nonsense, absolute nonsense, and lies, unnecessary lies. So Ugandans are now saying that enough is enough. Twebereremu tulina okulonda akalulu ate womala okasuula akalulu jjukira nti nno olina okutikinga umbrella womala okusuula akalulu tovaawo sigalawo okakuume. Guno omulembe gwaffe era guno buvunaanyizibwa abo tewali agenda kikukolera. Bobi Wine has told you again, time and again, kino ekintu ffe abalina kyekolera. Buli omu buno buvunaanyizibwa abo okubeera nga weebeerera. Musigadde nga ndi Patricia saying the Iron Lady.